All I know is they tried to kidnap me, we hit a window, we bounced off, and I died. Just kidding, I didn't die.
But apparently he was like super high on cocaine. Do you want to switch spots or do you care?
It's my good sign. Like being on that side. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Courtney. Like I don't know.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Courtney and this is her video.
Yeah. Hello. I'm here today with
Turn the Page.
Vagina.
I've never been on a real video with you before.
So I have somebody else here who uses Miranda Sings voice every 10 seconds. So not any comment that we use Miranda Sings voice because we know.
It's a really bad habit.
I love it though.
I mean though.
So we just filmed a video on Paige's channel where we basically just explained weird dreams that we've had.
We have really weird dreams.
Yes, like really, you'll see. We're each gonna tell 2 dreams, and then on her channel we told 2 more dreams, so you get 8 dreams total. So I'm gonna let Paige start with her first dream.
I'm trying to think of the one that I was gonna tell. Oh, my dream is about Dan is Not on Fire, if you know who that is. He's
yeah.
like a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
This was a very, very lengthy, vivid dream. I just know there was a lot of details, and this happened a couple nights ago. Me and my mom were at a convention for some reason. It was like a PAX convention. It was a gaming convention. It wasn't related to YouTube. You wouldn't expect Dan is Not on Fire to be there. So we were walking around and we see this guy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think that's Dan is Not on Fire, and he had a couple people around him, but it wasn't like a big crowd. I went to go up to him and I'm like, wait, he doesn't look exactly like him, but like he's acting like he's Dan is Not on Fire. And I think this dream came from the fact that I watched this video of a girl who went to Disneyland and people thought she was Ariana Grande, and she like didn't tell people unless they asked. If they asked if she was Ariana Grande, she'd be like, no, but I think they were like, can I take a picture with you? She'd be like, yeah. People were taking pictures with him. I said to take a picture with him, and he like wanted to hang out with me, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And at this point I didn't know if he was for sure Dan or if he wasn't, and he kind of like started to look less like him as the dream went on. So I was taking a picture with him and he wanted to go outside to dance. I don't understand. I don't know. We were like ballroom dancing or something, and he went to kiss me and I was like, no. I was like, wait, I have a boyfriend. Like, you can't kiss me, because Preston was in the dream. He was like, oh, that's okay, and then went to kiss me again, and he like forcibly.
He's like, I don't mind.
He's like, yeah, he was like forcibly kissed me, and then I was like, apparently it was like a huge party before, and I was completely sober because I, you know. But apparently he was like super high on cocaine and like other drugs. It was really weird. After he kissed me, he like passed out or was just acting super crazy. I had to like pick him up and drag him to his friends and be like, he's really high on cocaine, here, take him. And then, so he was doing cocaine and all this other stuff, and it was just crazy. And at that point I knew it wasn't Dan. So it was like, I knew it wasn't the YouTuber. It was somebody else just impersonating him. So I dropped him off, and then I went to this other house. I don't know how I got there. It was Preston's house, but it was like 2 of the houses that I've been to mixed with other houses. It was really weird. I know I went in a closet or something, and then I finally went and saw Preston. He was playing a DS because I was gonna tell him what happened, and he was just playing his DS, and then I went to cuddle him, and then I woke up.
Perfect ending to the night. And he wasn't the real Dan, so you kissed an imposter. So I had this dream. Anyways, we were in like a convention house. When we go to like these different conventions, everybody stays in a house. We usually don't stay in the house, but it's like a bunch of people just basically in the house, and then we all come over to hang out at night, or we hang out all day, but more people come over and hang out at night. Okay, whatever. We were at the house one night and we were having like a party. I remember this guy's in the dream. He's not, I don't even like know him, like he's not my friend. It's literally Brittany's family friend. He was in the dream, and then he had a friend, and then they're like the 2 like bad guys of the story. Yeah. Oh, this is the story that kind of relates to Marina Joyce. This was like when all of that stuff was happening and everybody thought she was still kidnapped.
Oh, so, yeah, you did tell me about this.
So I had this dream and I was like traumatized. I was downstairs with my boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend, but I had a boyfriend in the dream, okay? I was downstairs sitting with my boyfriend and then his friend, and we were all just like talking. We were gonna go home. I think it was, I don't even know how I was gonna go home. Maybe I was going back to like my, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was just thinking in the house. I was like going back somewhere, but I had my car. I was like, hey, let's just like go back to my hotel. It's getting late. I want to go back to my place. This guy, his name is, let's name him Bob. So my boyfriend will be like Tim. Sure. So me and Tim.
My last name.
Fine. Okay, so me and Tim were downstairs talking to Tim's friend, and then I had to go up to Bob because my keys were in Bob's bedroom. I was like, hey Bob, is it okay if I go upstairs to grab my keys and my stuff so we can leave? And he was like, yeah, like I'll walk you up there. So I leave my boyfriend and I'm walking with Bob, who's like this stranger who I don't know why we're at his house because he's a stranger, but it was his party. So I was
kind of like when we went to Nick's house.
Yeah.
But it turned out to not be crazy.
Turned out to not be crazy. Turned out he tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Bob takes me upstairs, and then he like kind of starts acting really weird, and my keys were in his bedroom. He's like, hang on, like wait out here for a second. And I was like, okay. So he goes into his room, opens the door really like small, squeezes it in, and then closes it behind him. So like, so I couldn't see like what was in the room.
Yeah.
Like, a minute or a couple minutes later, he was like, hey, you can grab your stuff now. And I was like, okay. I thought he was like going in there to get my stuff for me, but then he was like, you can come in now. I walk into the room and his other friend was in there, and all of a sudden he just grabs me. I was like trying to escape, and they were both like just trying to like grab me. So then all of a sudden this kid runs at the window and tries to just jump through the window. So we bounce off the window because we're not gonna break the glass. And then I could see that there was like a truck parked underneath the window. We're on the second story, by the way. So we tried to jump through a second story window. And
he was still holding you, right?
Yeah, he was still holding me. There was a truck parked beneath the windows. We were supposed to go through the window and then land in the truck so they could just like drive away with me. Oh.
Maria Joyce, is that you?
Yeah, no. He tried and it failed, obviously. So when he jumped into the window, and we literally hit the window like, so he's holding me like this. We literally jump into the window and we hit it like this, and we just bounce off. Like we just like, and so like after we hit the window and we were falling backwards, he like let go of me because I don't know why. I mean, we hit the window and really hard, and he just like, whatever. I start running. I don't know how this happened because they never beat me up in my dream, but all of a sudden I had like a bloody nose and a black eye, and like I was all beaten up. So I ran downstairs and my boyfriend is like, oh my God, like what happened to you? And I was like crying, and I ran and I like hid behind him. We were in the kitchen and I was like in the corner, like on the ground crying because I was so scared. And then they didn't do anything. They're just like, hey man, come on, like why'd you do that? And I was like, no, it's fine, it's fine.
That's really scary because I feel like something like that could happen.
I don't even remember what happened after that. All I know is they tried to get on me, we hit a window, we bounced off, and I died. Just kidding, I didn't die.
That's really... This one, I think that this is how the dream worked. It was really scary. I have a lot of weird nightmares. I don't remember how we got to this place. I think me and a bunch of other people were sent to a camp. Like, it was like, camp, we're going to camp, yay. It ended up not being that, and it ended up being like this crazy camp where like, we're locked in, we can only go out to get stuff for the people. I think it was kind of like in The Walking Dead. I don't know why I have dreams of like crazy women being the head of everything. She definitely was really scary. She would just tell us what we have to do. And I remember it was set up like my school parking lot kind of. So it was like a huge awning, and then that's where we were, and then there was a parking lot next to us, and we couldn't get out to the gates or anything. But it was her birthday, I think. She let everybody go out to get her birthday presents. So for some reason, she trusted everybody to go out and then come back, which we all did. But I think I tried to leave, which I don't know why I was the only one who tried to leave. I'm pretty sure that I left somehow, told someone what was going on, and then they came and they stopped the whole thing. And I basically started telling them everything right in front of this woman. I was like, yeah, I mean, you keep us here stranded, right? She got in trouble, everybody got released, and for some reason 2 months later we were friends with her again. I was at my house fine, everything was fine. Her and a couple other people that were involved in this whole setup came over for dinner. I literally don't know why. I don't understand why we trusted them, but they did. We were sitting down at dinner and one of them pulled out a gun and they were like, oh, you're just joking around. Everybody was laughing, like, oh, it's just a joke. And then all of a sudden they like shot, I don't know if it was it wasn't like my parents in real life, but I think it was my parents in the dream. Yeah. And they like shot one of the people next to me from under the table, and I could see that they were gonna do it, and I was the only one who knew it wasn't a joke. And then it was over, and that was the dream. It was a really great thing.
All right, and I have one more dream, and this one was like a reoccurring dream I had when I was like a kid, and I still remember it to this day. I can remember this because for some reason I would literally wake up screaming in the middle of the night. My parents would have to come get me, and I'd have to sleep with them. Aww. After this. No, just wait for the dream because you're gonna be like, why? Basically, I don't even know how to explain it. I was young. I was probably like 7 through like 10, somewhere around that age. And I was driving a car, and I remember I was driving, and that just scared me just in general because like,
oh my gosh, wait, I used to have dreams like this too.
Yeah, like I'm just like a little kid like driving a car, like I don't know how to drive a car. So I'd be driving, and like I remember I would see places. Have you ever seen like the old western towns?
Yeah.
It'd be like an old western town, and I'd be driving through it. There would always be like cops everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. And then all of a sudden my car would kind of just like flip up, I guess. As the car would flip up, the car would disappear, and I would be like running in the sky upside down on a wheelbarrow. Like, trust me, I don't know. I'm running on a wheelbarrow. I'm like looking down and I can see like the world. And I just remember that like for some reason scared me so much. I couldn't get down. Like I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm just running through the sky on a wheelbarrow upside down. And that was a dream. That was and I would wake up screaming bloody murder from that dream. I just remembered another dream I had, and I'm telling you right now.
Okay, tell it.
I'm pretty sure this was a reoccurring one, and I thought it was real for a really long time. Like I kept telling my parents, I was like, I know this happened. So we would drive to the airport, and all we would do is we would turn around the corner, and there would just be like a street that was just straight down. You would come out of my neighborhood, turn a corner, you would drive straight down this wall, and it was like you'd go so fast. There was one where I didn't have my seatbelt on, and so I was like trying to hold on to the seat like as tight as I could because I was so scared because I was gonna fall out because you were driving straight down. You would be at the airport. Like it was like straight down and then airport. And I'd tell my parents all the time, I'm like, I don't want to take this road. Like, are we going to the airport? I don't want to take this road. And they're like, Courtney, like that road doesn't exist. And I'm like, yes it does.
I've had stuff like that too.
Okay. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of like a mini story time. I haven't done a story time in a while, so this is kind of nice because everybody likes my story time. So I'm not gonna do it all the time. If you want to see
me talk about a dream where Donald Trump started World War III, then that's cool.
That's a thing.
Thanks for having me on your channel.
I will link Paige's channel in the description.
Bye.
Bye.